I want to start with something honest. My name is Asha Zell. I'm the founder of Arizen Interiors, and I'm not an interior designer in the traditional sense of that word. I didn't go to design school. I don't have a degree on the wall. What I have is a lifetime of being deeply, almost uncomfortably sensitive to the way spaces feel. I walk into a room and I know before I look around, before I register the furniture or the color of the walls, I know whether I want to stay or whether something in me wants to leave right away. I've always been that way, and for a long time, I thought that was just me, just how I was wired. What I've come to understand is that it's actually how all of us are wired. Most people just haven't actually learned to listen to it yet, and that's what this channel is about. I grew up in Humboldt Park, Chicago's West Side. It wasn't an easy neighborhood, but my grandmother's house was the center of everything. She had 6 kids, 3 boys, 3 girls, and eventually all of them had their own families living within just a few blocks of her house. So that house was always full. I had cousins, aunts, uncles, neighbors, all cycling through all day long. She would wake up at 3 in the morning to cook giant pots of food before the sun even came up, before she went to work, so that whoever walked through that door would have something to eat all day. People were in and out eating. That house had wood-paneled walls, red carpet, plastic on the sofas. If you know, you know. By every conventional design standard, it should have not worked. It was the most nourishing space I've ever been in. And I spent a long time trying to understand why. Because it had nothing to do with how it looked. It had everything to do with what it held. The people, the ritual, the feeling of being completely and unconditionally safe. That was my first education in what a space can actually do to a human being. I just didn't have the language for it then. As I got older, I started moving toward places and experiences that felt alive in a way I couldn't always explain. I spent time living in other countries, immersed in cultures that had a completely different relationship to space than anything I grew up with. I was drawn to something different. I was always seeking. I was adventuring into the world to find other experiences, to understand how the world impacted me, to understand my reactions to the world. I lived alongside people who built their entire world around the idea that space is sacred, that every element of an environment, the light, the materials, the direction something faces, the intention behind why it was placed, carries meaning and affects the people inside of it. I trained deeply in yoga and meditation. I spent time in ashrams and monasteries, places that were built with sacred intention, connecting to the different directions, connecting to different stars. I know, hear me. This is going somewhere practical, I promise. I learned to sit in genuine stillness and actually listen to what my body was telling me about the environment that I was in. None of that felt like education at the time. It felt like living. It felt like I was following something I couldn't fully name. But looking back, now, from this angle, every chapter was actually teaching me the same thing over and over again. Space is not neutral. It is always doing something to the people inside of it. I also want to be clear about something. I am not coming to you as an expert by no means who has all the answers figured out. I am someone who has spent a lifetime feeling things in spaces that I am now finally putting language to. The science of how environments affect the nervous system, the psychology of why certain spaces feel safe and others keep us quietly activated. The ancient wisdom that cultures around the world have built into their architecture for thousands of years that modern design has largely forgotten. What I call somatic design, design that is felt by the body first, not just seen by the eye. I'm learning it alongside you. I just have a few decades of field research in my body. So what is this channel? It is a place where we go deeper than color palettes and furniture trends, where we talk about what your home is actually doing to your nervous system, why some spaces restore you and others quietly just drain you. Spoiler, it is almost never about the throw pillows. How to bring your environment into alignment with what your body actually needs to feel safe, regulated, and at rest. I'll bring you the science, I'll bring you the psychology, I'll bring you the wisdom traditions that understood all of this long before there was a word for it. And I'll translate it through the lens of someone who has been feeling it her whole life. Your home should be your sanctuary, not a word on a mood board, an actual felt experience. Every time you walk through the door, I call it the frequency of home. That particular quality a space has when everything in it is working together. When you feel it before you can name it. That is what we are building toward here, together. If that resonates with you, subscribe. I post every week, and next week, I'm going to introduce you to the science behind something you have been experiencing your entire life without knowing it had a name. Your body has been reading every room you've ever been in, and it's time you understood how. I'm glad you're here. I'll see you next week.